soldier that should have been recognized many years ago, and we're going to get to it today because of some folks that made it happen. It is a surprise to this Master Sergeant retired that we're here today. Now, we do have a script, and I know everybody wants to go by that script, and we're going to go to that script here just in about a second. But most importantly, I want to thank, ma'am, thank you for seeing this through. Representative here making sure that we got this done and getting it in. The family that are with us today, and for the soldiers that are wearing a uniform, you're going to see a soldier stand up here today. We're going to pin a couple of ribbons on. Not yet. You just stay right where you're at. You're good. But we're going to talk a little bit about what he's done and the value of this man being here with us today. And what an honor it is to be a part of this. So with that, sir, hit your script.
Good afternoon, family and friends. We would like to welcome you on behalf of Commanding General of 7th Infantry Division, Major General Terry Ferrell, to the awards presentation for Master Sergeant Retired James R. Hayden. We'd like to extend a special welcome to the family and friends of Master Sergeant Retired Hayden, Representative and Mr. Kochmar, Major General Retired Hemphill, Major General Retired Taylor, and Command Sergeant Major Retired Maine. Master Sergeant Retired James R. Hayden was born on November 2nd, 1925, and enlisted in the United States Army in 1944. At the age of 19, he found himself in Europe for World War II. On March 15, 1945, Sergeant Hayden was investigating a tunnel in the vicinity of Bacingen, Germany. The enemy in the tunnel threw a grenade at him and damaged his weapon by rifle fire. After securing another rifle, he re-entered the tunnel. In the ensuing battle, he single-handedly killed 2, wounded 4, and captured 12 prisoners. Sergeant Hayden was awarded the Silver Star for these actions with Company A, 254th Infantry Regiment, 63rd Infantry Division. Later in the war, he was shot in the leg and received the Purple Heart. After his return from World War II, Sergeant Hayden continued to serve on active duty, and in 1950, he deployed to Korea in support of the Korean War with HHC, 9th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Infantry Division. On November 30th, 1950, he was captured by the Chinese Army and held as a prisoner of war until his release on 5 September 1953. Master Sergeant Hayden retired from active duty on December 17, 1962, with 18 and a half years of service. His final unit of assignment was Medical Company Madigan General Hospital. Since his retirement, Master Sergeant Hayden has been dedicated to caring for his family and has been an active member of the St. Francis Cabrini Catholic Church and Tacoma Elks Lodge.
Today we're going to recognize this fine young soldier with a couple medals. Those medals should have been presented throughout the years, and it took a little bit of work to get it done, and it has been done, and then we're going to do that today. But his participation in the Korean War campaign, he'll be recognized for that. And he'll also be recognized as a prisoner of war. But before we bring him up here, because I want to use all of his energy, let me talk a little bit about what it means to have a gentleman like this among our ranks today, and the recognition that he so rightly deserves, no matter what his age may be. And I believe, and please correct me, and I know you can, but it's about 61 years this week since you were released as a P.O.W.
I was 62.
I told you he could correct me. I'm okay.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way.
It's okay. It's okay.
I got out in 53 out of the prisoner of war camp.
You have a man here that, as we talked about our soldiers today and our soldiers of the time, that served in multiple fronts, on multiple continents. In World War II, he was a recipient of the Silver Star. He put himself into harm's way, and he went back in and fought a determined enemy when he didn't have to do that. And in many cases, after they came home from that battle or that engagement, many soldiers left the service, and they started a life in the civilian sector and raised their families and started careers as a civilian. He continued to wear the uniform. He found himself in Korea, another, as we discussed, a very austere, harsh environment. As we go back to our history and see the challenges our soldiers and our Iraq counterparts faced in that environment. Very tough, very, very tough to survive. Not alone being a prisoner of war, trying to survive that. He managed that. He fought his way through that. He came home, and now some things I'm going to share that he has just told me that I just find, and sir, stop me if you would, very miraculous, actually. He came home, he had to be in the hospital for almost a year just to recover from his tenure as a prisoner of war. And at that time, he had to have his spinal column replaced. Now think about the year and the technology that was out there. And they actually sent a series of doctors in to talk to him afterwards, to include a psychiatrist, because the only question, they asked if you have any questions, and he asked the doctor, can you do it? The doctor said, sure, I can do it. And he was done with questions. Let's get on with it. But they had to check him to make sure he was all good before, because it was something new. And the next thing we know, he finds himself, typical Army. He's out of the hospital. He's back, ready to fight. They sent him off to Germany. And he's still trying to recover. Another good doctor sees right to send him back. And I highlight that because after he had been a prisoner of war and he'd gone through those challenges, he continued to serve for 9 years. He did not stop. And when he hung up that uniform, if he could have served longer, he would have. And he led a very, very good life after. He's done things in his civilian life. He's been a family man. He's been a father. He's been a member of the community. And he has been someone that we all could look to as a guide that how we could live our lives better. A little slow in recognition, but it's never too late. So with that, if you would kindly join me. We'll face the audience so they can see this young, smiling face. Publish order.
Effective 1 January 2006, the United States Army obtained the responsibility of issuing the Republic of Korea Korean War Service Medal to eligible U.S. Army veterans or their primary next of kin for their service during the Korean War between the outbreak of hostilities June 25, 1950, and the date the armistice was signed, July 27, 1953. The Prisoner of War Medal identifies a soldier as having given special service to their country and recognizes the great pain and suffering they endured, including physical and psychological abuse, under the most hostile and difficult of circumstances. The Prisoner of War Medal is authorized for any person who, while serving in any capacity with the United States Armed Forces, was taken prisoner and held captive after April 5, 1917. Sergeant First Class James R. Hayden, United States Army, was held as a prisoner of war after he was captured during the Korean War on the 1st of December 1950 and until his release on the 5th of September 1953, after the signing of the armistice. He has been awarded both the Republic of Korea Korean War Service Medal and the Prisoner of War Medal for his service during the Korean War. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Sergeant Retired James Hayden.
Give us a all yours.
Well, this is a surprise, and I can thank people sitting over here for instigating this. I didn't expect it. I never asked for it, but I'm happy it happened. The only thing I'm sorry about, the Silver Star, I never was presented it. It was mailed home, and I never seen it. And then when my mother passed away, my sister grabbed it. I still didn't get it. And now I don't even know where it's at. So.
I will get you one.
That's all I got to say. Thank you for all being here.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Commanding General and Command Sergeant Major of the 7th Infantry Division, we wish to thank you for attendance at today's ceremony. Master Sergeant Retired Hayden will receive friends and well-wishers in front of the podium. Please allow the Commanding General and Division Command Sergeant Major to lead you through the line.
Okay, just stand fast, 30 seconds. Again, thank you all for coming out. Family, friends, thank you for making this happen. We will get his Silver Star. I will have one tonight. I know where I can get it. And then we will get it to you, and if we do it...
Don't give me yours.
Sir, it would be an honor if it would come loose to give you mine. It would. It really would be an honor. But we will take care of that too. All right, now, let's congratulate this man. At the end, there's some refreshments in the back too. Please stay with us and celebrate this great.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll take pictures right now too.
Okay.
Yeah, come on up here. We'll back you up just a little bit. We're good with pictures. Anybody?
It's on
family,
record. It's
friends?
just recording.
Yep, I got you.
You should be a part of that. You really
That's fine. Come here. That's Ben.
I think we need to get one with Amina and Joe in here too. You can stop on that.
Okay.
They did a
Hold
lot.
that for us too. Or someone else hold it maybe.
Here, we got it. You got it?
You want to do it, General?
Oh my gosh.
Am I taking pictures?
Video.
I think it's video. I think it's running.
That's all right. Don't add to it. You don't have to push any buttons or anything.
It's pretty cool.
I know. Yeah, he's gonna take one more.
We're good? All right.
So Amina is with Congressman Adam Smith's office.
Oh.
And so Amina here at the end. And then Joe is with my office, Representative Coachmar.
I'll take that.
Pleasure, General. Thank you.
Okay.
Always willing to help.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much for coming up.